Hey guys, what's going on? Hayden here. I have been thinking a lot about the Switch. I guess probably all of you have been the past few days, but I kind of just wanted to get my thoughts out there. I've had a lot of things going through my head, and I kind of want to talk to you guys about it. So, first of all, there's been a lot of excitement around the Switch. I'm really excited about what they've shown off so far. But there's also been a lot of doubt as to whether the Switch is it going to be the Wii U number 2. Like, their first year launch lineup's not looking so great. The price is a little worrying. All this kind of stuff. And while the games, some of them are looking pretty good, some of them aren't looking like they're going to be system sellers. They're not looking that great. I kind of want to just break everything down and talk to you guys. I don't really have a script for this. I have some notes that I want to go over, but basically I just kind of want to do this freeform, get my thoughts out there, see what you guys have to say. So first of all, I've got a list here I've got on my computer. Of the Wii U's first year lineup, not in any particular order, and Switch's first year lineup that we know of right now that is confirmed. I don't have anything included on there that's been rumored. I just have things that are confirmed to be coming. And I kind of want to compare the two. Now, these are in no particular order of release date or anything, but the Wii U's first year lineup, and these are just the standout titles. I'm not counting any games that were on other systems or if it came out on the Wii U first, I'm counting it. If not, if it's like a third-party, like, whatever game, I'm not counting it. All that, you know what I mean? I'm counting the major releases, and if they are a multi-platform release, if it were released on Wii U first, I'm counting that. So, New Super Mario Bros. U, Zombie U, Game & Wario, Pikmin 3, actually a pretty good game. I know that's a little divisive, but I really liked Pikmin 3. Lego City Undercover, didn't really play it, but I heard it was good, but again, nothing system selling worthy. Wind Waker HD, which it's an amazing game, but it's a GameCube game at the end of the day, so not a system seller really. Rayman Legends, which again, it's a multi-platform game. As far as I'm aware, it came to the Wii U first, but it was a pretty stellar game, but again, nothing that's going to sell the Wii U. 3D World, Mario 3D World that is, which was a pretty good game, but it wasn't on the caliber of Mario Galaxy, Mario 64, that kind of stuff. So a good game, but I don't think it exactly moved consoles like they maybe wanted it to. And there's Wii Party U and Nintendo Land. So some decent games in there for the Wii U's first year lineup, but nothing like, again, that's going to sell the system. That's the must-have killer app of that generation. Now let's switch over to the Nintendo Switch's first year lineup, and I've just kind of taken the games that I think are standout titles or are important in some sort of way. So we've got Breath of the Wild, which, this could potentially be one of the greatest games of all time, period. And it's day one launch title. I think that is huge. Zelda Breath of the Wild is one of the most important games in a very long time, and it's coming out on the Switch. That said, it's also coming out on the Wii U on the same day. I really think that if they wanted the Switch version to sell better, it would have been better to put the Wii U version 2 weeks later. Or so, but that's what's happening. We've got Super Bomberman R, which is actually kind of exciting in the sense that Konami actually did something right for once. They actually made a Bomberman game that's like the actual Bomberman style that we want. And, it's cutesy, it's classic Bomberman action. That's actually really cool, and it's a day one title, which is it's kind of exciting. I like Bomberman, so I guess we'll see about that. We've got 1-2 Switch, which highlights the Switch's Joy-Con functionality. I've said it in a previous video, that game is innocent until proven guilty, in my opinion. Could be kind of fun at parties, whip it out for a few minutes, but I don't think it's going to be anything major. Especially, I think the biggest problem with that game is that it's not a pack-in for the Switch, and that you actually have to buy it separately. And if that's a full-price game, that's not going to sell. There's Just Dance 2017, which I know is, I believe, on the Wii as well, but I think the Switch version is actually going to sell quite well. It's that family-friendly casual game, but I think the Joy-Con functionality and the idea behind it is actually going to make people want to buy the Switch version, if they know about the Switch at all, that is. So we got Mario Kart 8 Deluxe coming out in April. It's looking like Mario Kart 8, but, you know, with a better battle system, you know, some new items, some new characters. But I think the reason this could actually sell well is because Mario Kart just seems to have that everlasting appeal. It doesn't matter what you do with Mario Kart, it doesn't matter what system it's on. If people have a Switch, they're going to buy Mario Kart, or Mario Kart is a reason to buy the Switch. You know, it's that perfect game for the core audience, but also for the, you know, the casual audience. You know, it's the party game. I think Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, despite being a port, I still think that's going to be a very important game for Nintendo. We've got ARMS, you know, it's a brand new IP, very reminiscent of, it's kind of giving me like an Overwatch feel, like a Splatoon kind of feel. You know, it's a really confident IP that I think is actually going to be pretty good. Yeah, that's coming out. We've got Splatoon 2. I don't really need to say much on that. Splatoon was a breakout success. Strike while the iron's hot, release a sequel, which is what they're doing, coming out this summer. I think Splatoon 2 is going to be really big. We've got a Skyrim port, which I know that was on the Xbox and the PlayStation and the PC, I believe. Was it on PlayStation? I know it was Xbox and PC, but I forget if it was PlayStation or not. I'm not a big Microsoft, Sony person, but the fact that that's coming to a Nintendo console and the fact that you can take that on the go, I think that's pretty big. Even though it is a port that came out like 6 years ago, I still think that's pretty good. We've got Super Mario Odyssey. I mean, it's a mainline 3D Mario game. It's an actual 3D Mario game. It's not that 3D World stuff. That's going to be pretty big. And it's a holiday title. I think that is the perfect holiday title. I don't think there's anything better that they could release during the holidays besides Super Mario Odyssey, unless they switched it with Mario coming at launch and Breath of the Wild coming at Christmas. But of course, that is not happening. Sonic Mania. Now that is something that it was obvious it was going to come to the Switch, and it is a third-party title, but this is something people are really excited about. It is just classic Sonic action, something that people, you know, really wanted. It really harkens back to that Genesis era. I think that's going to be a really good game. We've got Minecraft, which, I mean, I don't need to say much on that. I know it's been around forever, but it's Minecraft. It's going to sell. We've got Xenoblade 2, which I think is actually, you know, a pretty exciting game. The original Xenoblade Chronicles is a very beloved game, and it's so big, in fact, that Shulk got into Smash Brothers. So I think Xenoblade 2, you know, it's not that mainstream audience kind of game, but it is definitely going to be an important one, and it is slated for 2017, so that's really cool. I've also got FIFA on here. Now, I don't give a crap about soccer or FIFA or anything related to that, but I think it's big that EA Sports is actually supporting the Switch at all, because I don't really think we got any EA Sports support on the EA Sports support. I don't think we got any of that on the Wii U, and those games, they sell pretty reliably. You know, the FIFA branding is a very strong brand, and the fact that there's a video game tied to that brand, people who like soccer, or sorry, football, if you're in Europe or whatever, I think that's going to be a really good system seller, and I think, even though it's not like a game that most of us Nintendo fans care about, I think it will help the Switch. The last game I have on here is Fire Emblem Warriors, maybe. We haven't gotten a confirmation yet if that's coming this year or not. Personally, I don't think it will. I think it'll be a 2018 title. Hyrule Warriors really, especially with the fact that they've been doing DLC up through like 2016, I really don't think they've had that much time to work on Fire Emblem Warriors. So I really couldn't see it coming this year. I think it'll definitely be 2018 at the earliest. Now, just looking at these two lists, like side by side, Nintendo Switch has a considerably better launch year lineup. I should say launch window, launch year. It's not like a launch day lineup, because launch day, it's actually not that great. Besides Breath of the Wild, there's really nothing there that's going to be a system seller. I think there's Bomberman R, there's Skylanders Imaginators, I think, Just Dance, and 1-2 Switch. Which, like, besides Zelda, none of those are really big main hitting games. But Zelda is there, so that is at least good. But it's also on Wii U, which could be a bit of a problem. But as you start going into these next few months, there are some pretty awesome games that they've got in the pipeline. I mean, Splatoon 2, perfect summer title. You know, even if they're not all like first party, you know, you've got Sonic Mania in there. You've got indie games coming in there too. I didn't even talk about indie games yet. Like Shovel Knight is coming to the Switch. Yooka-Laylee is coming, presumably, to the Switch. I mean, let's be real, it's going to be coming to the Switch. There's lots of different third-party and indie games to be peppered throughout the year. when Nintendo doesn't have a big first-party game releasing. And the fact that we are getting a new mainline Zelda game, a new Splatoon game, and a new 3D Mario game, that alone is cause for celebration. Like, this is going to be a pretty good year software-wise for Nintendo with just those alone. But I do agree with what some people are saying, that they need to have more consistent games coming. And that's where I kind of want to talk about next. Let's think about it this way. It's the beginning of 2017. The Nintendo Switch was shown off, the trailer was shown off in October, and we just got the software lineup, the first round of software, a couple days ago. There's a lot of 2017 that hasn't happened yet. It's mid-January. Nintendo's not going to want to show off every single thing right now. You know, that thing called E3, the thing that it's a gamer Christmas, that's the thing that's still happening this year. And I'm sure that Nintendo's going to want to have lots of stuff to show off at it, that they, you know, they're going to still show off some stuff that they've shown off already. Like, you know, we're probably going to get more Mario stuff, and that's going to be playable at E3. We're probably going to get more on Splatoon if it's not out by E3. But I also think that they're going to want to have a lot of new stuff to show. You know, that classic Nintendo surprise stuff. I'm talking like E3 2004 with the Twilight Princess reveal. I'm talking like Super Smash Bros. For Wii U and 3DS at E3 2013. Like, those big surprises. They're going to want to have some really big hitters for E3. And I kind of want to talk about some stuff that we haven't seen yet that I think we are going to see yet. Or that we are going to see at some point in the near future. We haven't seen Mother 3 yet, and I know that's not a very big thing for Japan, but for us, you know, anyone outside of Japan, that's really big. We haven't seen Metroid yet, and both of those games being Mother 3 and Metroid, Reggie has commented, I posted a video about it last night saying that, you know, he's aware that people want to see these games, and he teased, like, you know, talk to me in a year and we'll see what's happened. You know, like, there you go, Reggie, you signed yourself up. Mother 3 and Metroid better be in the works. But yeah, Mother 3 and Metroid, we haven't seen those yet. We haven't seen what Retro Studios is working on. Those are the people that are responsible for the Metroid Prime trilogy, for the Donkey Kong, the new Donkey Kong games rather, being Tropical Freeze and Donkey Kong Country Returns. We haven't seen what they're doing yet, and we know that they've got to be working on something. They haven't done anything since Tropical Freeze in 2014. So something's got to be cooking there, and I'm kind of excited. We haven't seen the Mario and Rabbids RPG yet, which I still believe is a true thing, and people like Liam Robertson on Twitter, who is, you know, very popular in the rumor leak scene, who's been very, you know, a reliable source, he's saying that it's still a thing, like, don't worry. And people are even saying, like, Laura Kate Dale are even saying, like, it's been pushed back to September. I think the Mario and Rabbids RPG is the perfect title to, like, get people going, like, what the hell is that? That is the perfect E3 announcement. Now, granted, I know that we already know about it, supposedly, through rumors and leaks and whatnot, but like, when we first found out about even the idea of a Mario Cross Rabbids RPG, that's still just so weird to think about. And it's such a, like, WTF kind of, like, idea that's perfect for E3. That is the kind of, like, just out of nowhere announcement that you want. And if they can make it good, that's another really good game that could be supposedly coming out this year. And if it's in September, you know, that's, you know, perfect time slot for that, I think. What else have we not seen? We haven't seen Pikmin 4 yet. Pikmin 4, like, that's something that Miyamoto was talking about in, like, the summer of 2015. Summer of 2015, he was like, yeah, wait, was it 2015 or 2016? I think it was 2015. I'm not sure. That, you know, the years are starting to blend together and whatnot. But a while ago, he said Pikmin 4 is almost done. And I guarantee you he is not talking about the 3DS game. That is more spin-off territory than it is actual, like, mainline Pikmin 4. Like, I don't think Pikmin 3DS deserves the Pikmin 4 title because of how different it is. But Pikmin 4, we haven't seen that yet. That could be another Switch title that we don't know about yet, that they could show off at E3. You know, we know that Shinen, the people behind Fast Racing Neo, they are working on a Switch title or multiple Switch titles. They've even said that, and that's something that I covered a while back. What if they're working with Retro Studios on an F-Zero game? Makes enough sense to me. I'm just saying, there's a lot of room for Nintendo to show off more stuff that we haven't seen yet. I think what they have here is a really good start, but there's more that they're going to want to show off And I think they're just waiting for E3. You know, besides having their own individual event, having their own individual press conference, E3 is the time to really bring out the big guns. And I think that that's what they're going to do. If E3 is not good for Nintendo, if they don't come out swinging, yes, I do think the Nintendo Switch could be in trouble, both financially and, you know, from a fan standpoint. If there's not enough games to play, there's not going to be enough Switches to sell, and Nintendo's going to be selling at a loss, and they could actually be in trouble. I don't think that's going to happen. I really do have faith in Nintendo that they are back, and they are back for good. They're back to stay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm really excited for what they could still be showing off. I'm really excited for what they've shown off already. Now, I want to talk about the price, because the price is something that Nintendo has kind of taken a gamble with, if you ask me. American-wise, it's $299 American, which at first I was like, I think that's a bit of a gamble, but I did a bit of research and I found out that if you take into account of inflation, the Nintendo Switch is the 4th cheapest console to be released ever. Excuse me. I've got it written here. The GameCube is the cheapest, the Dreamcast is the 2nd cheapest, and the Wii is the 3rd cheapest. Again, if you take into account inflation on their first initial pricing, the Nintendo Switch is the 4th cheapest console ever released out of any console ever. You know, and counting Sony, counting Microsoft, counting all those Sega ones back in the day, counting the Intellivision, like all these crazy things. And I'll try and put a picture on the screen somewhere for that, so you guys can see. But the $299, I still think that's a decent price. The only problem is that the Nintendo Switch is coming out in March, which really isn't a holiday kind of time frame, which means that I don't think there's going to be as many people buying these consoles. You know, if you release it around the holidays, you're going to have lots of like parents with young kids going into the stores, like who really don't know much about gaming, but they're going to ask the people, you know, what's the next big thing? What kind of gaming like present should I get my kids? And a lot of people are going to say, oh, well, there's this new Nintendo Switch thing. It's got lots of family-friendly things for kids. You know, the family can join in because it's like got party games and family-friendly games and whatnot. So the fact that it's releasing in March, I think it would sell better during the holidays. I mean, I think there's no doubt about that. But the fact that it's $299 also kind of leaves room for a price drop at the holidays. Now, I'm not saying that, you know, $250 is kind of like the magic number that people were hoping for the Switch, myself included. But I don't necessarily think it will get a price drop this holiday. I think that would be really... I think it could go really badly for Nintendo. Because yes, it might get more people to buy the Switch, but I don't think that they want to be selling... I know for a fact, Kimishima said that they don't want to be selling this at a loss. I think holiday 2018, perfect time to make a sales drop. And now that they've priced it at $299, there is room to make a sales drop. So in the future, they really could sell a lot more Nintendo Switches. Maybe not opening year, but in the long run, they could. Now let's not forget, the 3DS, it actually sold... It was actually doing really badly for pretty much until Pokemon X and Y came out. The Nintendo 3DS was really nothing special sales-wise. You know, there were some pretty good games on the 3DS when it first came out, but it really took them until that really big mainstream game to come out, being X and Y, for it to really start selling systems. I think this could be kind of the same with the Switch. You know, Zelda, it's a really big game, but it's also coming out on the Wii U. Maybe it's going to take, you know, Mario, or maybe, you know, Pokemon Stars. We haven't seen that yet either. That's been rumored. You know, we haven't seen a Pokken Tournament port with new content in it. That's been rumored. I'm just saying, there's so much more that Nintendo could be showing off that they haven't yet, that I don't think you guys need to be worried. You know, they have room to make a price drop now. One other thing I do want to bring up, though, is the concerning fact that, like, the controllers are really expensive. Like, I don't know the exact prices off the top of my head for all of them, but I know a set of Joy-Cons is $80. Now, that said, there is still room for a price drop there. But Nintendo's really... I think they're really taking a gamble with these pricings. Now, I mean, we really won't know anything until the Switch actually starts... until it's out, until it starts selling. But there is reason to be concerned, I agree, but I don't think we've seen enough yet to confirm our concerns. I think we need to wait for the Switch to come out, and I think we need to see what happens when games start coming out. You know, how good are these games? How well do they perform? I think Nintendo has a lot of good stuff that they still haven't shown off yet. I want to keep reiterating that. You know, Emily Rogers, someone who's been, you know, pretty reliable in the past with Nintendo rumors and leaks and whatnot. She has gone on record to say that the Switch, or back when it was called the NX, its first year release lineup is what the Wii U should have been. And personally, I have faith. I have faith in her, not only because it's Emily Rogers, but because of the stuff I just said. Nintendo's got a really good start with what they've shown off already, and I think that they're waiting for E3, or at least another Nintendo Direct in the near future, or, you know, not near future, but like, you know, March, April, something like that, to really show off some of the other things that they have. Again, we haven't seen the Mario Rabbids RPG yet, haven't seen what Retro's working on, we haven't seen Mother 3, we haven't seen Metroid. You know, there's a lot of stuff that Nintendo I think is very aware of that we want to see that I think they're going to show off. So that's kind of what I wanted to talk about. I wanted to get my thoughts out there. Kind of a messy format, I know. I just kind of freeformed and rambled a bit. Let me know what you guys think. Hit me up in the comments. Tell me what you guys think about all this. Leave a like if you enjoyed, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and follow me on Twitter. Links for those in the description. Peace out, guys. Bye.